Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is April 29th. It is Wednesday. I wanted to do this video a couple days ago, but I wanted to wait and see how things kind of shook out first. I wanted to talk, actually I want to talk to you about a couple different things. Let me take my glasses off so I can see better. Old age is not fun. I wanted to talk about the Nepal earthquake. A 7.8 earthquake hit on Saturday and devastated that area. At least 4,400 people are dead. More than, I think it was 8.6 million people have been affected by the earthquake. A lot of people are sleeping out in the open. They don't have access to food and fresh water. And so, this is a fantastic example of exactly why I prep. Okay? People say to me, well, why do you prep? Well, here's a perfect example of why I prep. The unknown. The situations that you have no idea are coming, that all of a sudden, bam, you're hit with a massive earthquake or some other natural disaster. And now you're scrambling trying to figure out how you're going to take care of everything. I mean, like I said, these people are sleeping out in the open for fear of the aftershocks because of the crumbling buildings. Now they've had, centuries-old buildings that have been there forever that are destroyed because of this earthquake, and people will say, well, it's another country and, they're not as advanced as we are and stuff like that. Well, we're pretty advanced, yeah. Let's go back to Hurricane Katrina. How advanced were we and how well did we take care of our people down there and how fast did we take care of them? I mean, those things you have to take into consideration. If you're looking at more than 3 days without help, how well prepared are you, realistically? I mean, it's a tragedy that what happened to these people over there. And, because of the Nepal earthquake, on Mount Everest, you had a landslide triggered that killed at least 18 people over there and, hurt dozens more. And now, the Sherpas, I feel super sorry for because they have no choice. That's how they make their living, by climbing Mount Everest. For the rich elitists that are climbing Mount Everest for the thrill of it, I don't feel sorry for them. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world, to me, to want to climb Mount Everest. To risk your life to climb a stupid mountain for what? I don't exactly know what they pay. I can't remember the price, but I've heard that it was like $50,000 to climb Mount Everest. Couldn't that money go to much better things than climbing a stupid mountain and putting everybody's life at risk? And these poor Sherpas, and they are getting paid next to nothing to climb this mountain to bring rich people up to the top of the mountain. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, that being said, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the volcano that happened down in Chile. The volcano erupted for the first time in 43 years. Now, here's another thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration: how when you have so much ash and stuff is going up into the upper atmosphere, how that's going to affect the weather. Now, this is not a huge volcano that's gone off, but it's definitely affecting those people in that area. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong and a lot of things that can happen that are going to affect you that you don't even realize that are going to affect you. Being prepared for whatever happens, that's my motto. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And, a lot of people are very complacent here in America and think, oh, nothing's ever going to happen to us here. The government's going to come in and save the day. Well, wake up, people, because, they're trying to help these people in Nepal. There's a lot of different countries who are sending in aid and helping out and stuff like that. But, there's only so much you can do, and if you can't get to isolated areas, how are you going to help those people? It's going to take time. So, my heart goes out to them. I feel horrible that so many people were killed. It's a tragedy, but it should be a wake-up call, for people. This can happen here. I'm in New York, and people will say, well, New York, you don't have earthquakes. Well, we're on a fault line up here in New York. Just because it hasn't gone off in a long, long, long time doesn't mean it's not possible that it can happen. Okay? California, you guys, you're ready for earthquakes all the time. You're waiting for the big one to happen. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the next earthquake is going to happen. So, in the San Andreas Fault, which goes through, you know, right by the Mississippi. The last time that hit was in the 1800s. The Mississippi ran backwards. I mean, think about that. How devastating would that be if something like that happened today in today's world? You know, in 1800s, I think it was 1815, I believe, and don't quote me on that, but you know, it was devastating to those people then. What would it be like today? I mean, the trucks that run this country across the country with food and everything like that, all travel through the Midwest. And when that goes off again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. How will that affect the country? Okay? So we need to think about these things. We need to be prepared for these things to take care of our families and to be smart. Okay? So I wanted to do this video because I think this is really important. It's a wake-up call, I'm hoping, for some people. I've been awake for a long time. And I hope that even if this video wakes up one more person, then I've done my job to help people realize that we need to really sit down and think about how ready are we for any kind of natural disaster or any other kind of thing. Okay, so thanks for listening, and I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you're having a great week. We're looking at right now today here in Rochester. It's 68, it's sunny, it's beautiful. So finally the weather is breaking for us, and we're getting some nicer weather. All right, thank you very much. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.